C-Doc again.
Hey, party people in the place to be. It is Tuesday night by my best guesstimation. And you are watching It's C-Doc again. My name is C-Doc. I'm the host of the show. Producer, filmmaker, that's what I do. All kinds of fun stuff. I also run the Spit Slam record label group for the maestro, Mr. Chuck D. Enemy agent in the house. What's up? Anyway, hope everyone out there is having a great evening. I have a very exciting show tonight. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one, as always. That's a dumb thing for me to say because we never set out to make a shitty show. Yeah, but, you know, we'll put it out there anyway. So allow me to bring on the my Louisville slugger, the man from Kentucky who helps with the social media on Spit Slam. Ladies and gentlemen, so Chuckified.
Yeah, I'm doing this shitty show. Oh, wait, are we on?
Well played, sir. Well played.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was cracking up when you did that. You know, I'm digging the vibes we got going on tonight.
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be some gonna be kind of dope, man. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be
fun.
A fun show.
Yeah.
Fun show. What have you been up to?
Oh man. Getting some new releases set up. We're gonna talk about later on. So yep. On the label. We just had if you go to spitslamrecords.com, you can check out everything that we got out so far. You can go to the Bandcamp page, Spitslam Records Bandcamp, and we just dropped a project by a group called Freakin' English that was recorded originally back in 1993, and yeah, so some UK Manchester underground hip hop, and it's very Soul Assassins kind of sound to it. It's kind of dope, kind of fly. So if you dig that kind of stuff, go check that out. It's also streaming everywhere you like to listen to your musica. So,
La Musica.
yes, your musica. We also have another special guest host in the house tonight. Coming, been around. This man has been around the industry for a long time. I met him through Public Enemy, toured with them back in the day. Always doing big things because he's Big Casper. Why wouldn't he be doing big things? What's up, Cas?
Hey. What's up, people? How y'all doing?
Good. Well, how are you?
Hey, man, I'm alive. That's half the battle, right?
It's half the battle, bro. Half the battle, indeed.
How you doing, C-Doc, man? I heard you had the EBGBs.
Yo. I can't eat like I used to, man. I had pizza for lunch yesterday. My wife made this turkey casserole thing last night. It was dope, but it had spaghetti sauce in it, and I'm thinking that's what put me over the edge. It was just too much acid in the stomach.
Your body started letting you know it's a wrap.
Yep, it's like, son, can't do that anymore. No more.
I can screw my whole life up if I eat a bowl of Frosted Flakes with some regular milk.
Yep.
Man, I ain't no fun to be around the next day.
Well, I know. Anytime you stop over, not to give you for breakfast. Okay.
Hey, if you see me eating cereal with some milk, I'm ready to piss somebody's day off. So you know it's going down when you see me eating some cereal.
Yo, it's rough, man.
Yeah,
rough.
Man.
What's your go-to cereal, Big Kaz?
Man, my go-to cereal right now, man, is Honey Bunches of Oats.
Oh wow!
You know, my kid favorite cereal is Fruity Pebbles.
Oh wow!
I love Fruity Pebbles.
That's old school.
Yeah, that's old school. You know, that's that. Get the bowl of cereal early in the morning and sneak in front of the TV and You know, you had to turn on the old school knob, pull the knob out quiet so you didn't wake your mother up. You didn't want to wake your parents up. You know, you just wanted to sit there and watch the whatever was on and and wait for ABC Rock, ABC Schoolhouse Rock,
Schoolhouse Rock.
That's right.
That's what Trump fucked up. Nobody ever showed this dumb son of a bitch Schoolhouse Rock.
Yep.
Rock.
Yep.
That's right. You need to watch I'm Only a Bill.
Like my wife said, diabetes in a bowl. So
yeah, it's diabetes in a bowl, but hell.
Yeah.
You only live once.
That's
got
it.
a good point there, Big Kaz. We should just send him that. You know, this is how a bill goes through law, and he can learn how to govern.
Hey man, the dude is a dumbass. He don't understand nothing. That's why he does everything that he does the way that he does. You know, I keep seeing this dude singing "If I Only Had a Brain." Can you imagine if this dumb son of a bitch really had a brain, what he could accomplish? He's just a dumbass criminal. You know what I'm saying?
He is. We can send him Schoolhouse Rock when he goes to prison. Fingers crossed.
I'll make sure I send him that shit.
Yep, exactly.
You were on it though, Kaz, about pulling the knob. Like you just like you have to do it so they can't hear you turn the TV.
You know, we had that old school TV that used to warm up like an old Buick.
Mm-hmm.
When you pull the knob, it made that noise like pew.
Yep.
And you like,
yep.
You just didn't, Yeah.
I remember the first TV that my folks put like in my room with my brothers. We were all excited. We got a little and it was like, this big, and it was black and white. It's like, it's like, wow, we got a TV, and now my kids are like, oh, Netflix is out. I'm like, shut up, because you don't even understand. Even understand, man.
Hey man, these new kids are soft, man.
Yeah,
they are soft.
They soft.
Exactly.
They soft as baby shit.
Yep. Exactly.
They soft, man. They soft. So simplified. They soft. They soft, man.
My screen's not hanging right. Can you come in here and?
Yeah, right.
Man, I crack up when I ride down the street and I see people riding down, teenagers riding bikes with knee pads and helmets and elbow pads. Man, we didn't ride with that, man. You fell in a ditch. You just fell in a ditch.
Yep. That was it. Picked your ass up.
Pick your ass up. Pull the gravel out your ass. And kept it moving.
That's right.
Yep. That's it.
Speaking
of somebody digging gravel out of their ass, I think it's time to bring on our other host.
Our other co-host got her start in LA radio. Our West Side connection, always in it to win it. The lady from the heyday of K-Day, Jennifer O'Jenny.
What up?
What up, Jenny?
How you doing?
I'm trying. I'm trying really hard.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
It is. Kind of like it.
It's like that, and that's the way it is.
Strong tonight.
What was that?
What?
I said your hair game's strong tonight.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
It's the same hair I've had since I was born.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
I haven't seen the hair that I was born with for a long time.
Well, my hair,
listen,
20 years ago, my hair left a note and said, I can't take this shit no more, and left.
Peace, I'm out.
Yeah, my hair is on the back of a milk carton somewhere, missing in action.
Oh no!
I think there was a Dateline special about Kaz's hair.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
After school, the after
Gone
school
but
special.
not forgotten.
Man, it's
Now,
gone.
Jenny, before you go on,
Flavor ran my hair away 25 years ago.
Yeah, I could see that.
I bet that's true.
Totally see that.
What about me?
Jenny, so we were talking about Schoolhouse Rock before you got on. What was your favorite? What was your go-to Schoolhouse Rock cartoon
I'm just
jam.
a bill. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm only.
I
a
think that's
bill.
everybody's favorite.
Sitting here on Capitol Hill.
But I else get, they had a bunch of stuff. The Junction,
Yeah.
Bush,
Oh yeah, Conjunction Junction was mine.
Yeah.
That was the one I liked. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
electricity.
the first thing that pops into my head when you say Schoolhouse Rock, I think, I'm just a bill.
Yeah, the bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the basic one. That's the one that the former president needs to watch because he don't understand how laws work. He don't understand.
Half these fools in the government don't know how it works.
Well, 90% of his problem is not only is he stupid, but he just, he's so arrogant that he don't even want to take the time to learn. So, he does shit and puts his own foot up his ass, and then he says, well, I can do that. Just like this thing that's going on with the documents. He telling them one thing, but he's saying something else. So
we gave them to you. Oh, we didn't give them to you?
Right.
Well, because they're not here. Oh,
Well,
but they are.
They're not here, but I declassified them.
Yeah, but he thinks he could just say I declassify him, and that's just like going into something and saying I declare bankruptcy.
Right.
When the bill collector call, you pick up the phone and say bankruptcy and hang up.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. Now you don't have to pay him no more. You don't have to talk to him no more.
Yeah.
This is how dumb this son of a bitch is, and nearly half the country, or so they say, want this dumb son of a bitch to be the president again.
Well, let's hope it's not that many.
Right.
No, man. We're gonna all be smoking some of Devin's shit.
Yep.
If this dude get in office again.
Hey, Ratina in the house.
Oh wow.
Ratina MC, what's up? Gotta have you on the show, Ratina.
Right.
Gotta show up for the ladies.
For a minute.
Hey, we got another special guest coming on. Guest host. The man, the myth, the legend. You know him. He did all the vocals for your favorite Public Enemy songs, except the ones with flavor. But, anyway, it's a terrible introduction. But, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chuck D.
Yeah.
I was listening to Casper talk. I could hear Big Cass talk about his frustrations forever with Trump and Flavor. What's up, Chuck? What's up, Jenny? What's up, Doc?
What's up, Chuck?
What's up, bro?
Man, I'm mad. I missed Memphis, Joe. I wanted to sit in on, but I was traveling, so let everybody know that half the time when this show is in activity, I could be anywhere.
Yep, you are a traveling man as usual. We expect nothing less.
What was that? What's that commercial? I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. That's my song.
That's your theme song?
My theme song.
Yep.
You can always count on Doc to let everybody know how to pinpoint you.
Yeah, which I got to stop doing.
Atlanta,
Oh yeah. I took a picture. Right, I was passing the Memphis gate after actually waving at Memphis Jokes.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yep.
It's all right, Chuck, because the minute they know where I'm at, I'm gone within like an hour.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
Jet setter, man.
like
You're in and out.
secret agent, man.
That's right.
Why sit still?
Yeah. What up, Big Cass?
What's going on, Chuck?
Man, this is your calling, man. We done waited like 50 years for the internet to catch up to you. You a natural, bro.
Well, you think so? You sound like my wife.
Yeah, you're natural.
She's trying to push me to do stand up and everything else.
Well, I didn't know all about that. I don't know all about that. All I know is I don't know about the stand up part. All I know is that all the rap heads out here that know you now, that they know that they gotta come to your altar and like say the grace.
Hey, man. We take it day by day, bro.
Sup, Chuck?
Oh, I can't tell you anything good, Mr. Chuck. What do you know?
What I want to find out, you haven't been affected, although the whole state's affected by the floods. But how about you?
No, we're downtown. We're probably about 100 miles away.
100 miles away is close.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty close. I mean, everything you're taking is pretty close, unless you're one end or the other.
Yeah. Yesterday, man, I mean, the last 2 days hit Dallas and New Mexico hard. It's been drought all year long, and for 2 days, more rain than in the last 10 years on one day.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow,
Now, if I was one of those people, I'd be like, well, you know what? That's God talking. But I'm not one of those people. I'm not.
That's Mother Earth. That's Mother Earth talking.
It's been unusually rainy here in Vegas too.
Well, Mother Earth is God, like whether we like it or not.
Yep. Ain't that the truth?
It's like, James Webb might tell you a whole lot of other stories, but we ain't getting to where that mirror is at, that telescope is at. So,
yep, ain't that the truth? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Kevin, you're right, man. Vegas been having all kinds of flooding in the casinos and everything, aren't they?
Yeah, it's been bad out here. It's been monsooning and raining and flooding and a lot of
well, it's
lightning.
always flooding in Vegas. All them tears that's in the casinos.
The Trail of Tears, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Tears are always flooding in Vegas, man. Now they got water and different water and rain, but it's always floods in Vegas.
Well, Mr. Chuck, while we got you on the phone on the show, we might as well talk about it because today, in 1994, Public Enemy released "Music in Our Message."
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites.
Definitely one of my favorites too. Yep.
We wanted to go against the grain. Going against the grain was really 1992 when we did Greatest Misses. Sony Records at that particular time wanted us to do a Greatest Hits. I was like, okay, that's a no-brainer though. But in retrospect, that would have been the great thing to do if you want to actually move units. They did the same thing with Sly and the Family Stone years ago. I think the second year in, because Sly and the Family Stone in '68 they had so many bangers. I think in '69 they had a Greatest Hits record. It was off the charts. So that was an old CBS Sony technique. But we did Greatest Misses, and because we were different, we wanted to be oddballs. You know, no different than what we got. We got Devin the Dude tonight, so he's been a dude that's been doing different, trying to do it a different way, doing it a different way. Now look how long his career is.
Yeah.
And
they were.
And we still traveled the world. Greatest Misses, 6 original songs, 6 remixes by people we felt close to. Chuck Chill Out, Jam Master Jay. I think Greg Beasley did one, and he passed away like not long after that.
Oh wow!
But then in that process began planting the seeds for doing a lot of other things. We wanted to work with artists. We still was traveling nonstop, and then planting the seeds for Music in Our Message, which was let's just totally do something and out of left field. But I was spiritually pumped up by my first trip to Africa in '92. So this is the 30th year anniversary of Public Enemy hitting Africa. Panafest, Ghana, 1992. That kind of changed the hip hop world. And now other groups that went to Africa before us, but we had landed in Africa with like the impact that no one else had ever achieved. And everybody came to Ghana for Panafest in '92.
Right.
What I do regret is a couple of years later, we were getting invitations to South Africa, but because there was a whole bunch of confusions in the mix of who was doing what, who was running what, we never hit South Africa in a time where they just had their liberation. And everybody was saying, yo, if you would have went to South Africa back then, yo, Cash, right? If we went to South Africa back then, it would have that whole hemisphere would have been flipped. We was trying to go there. Terminator broke his legs, I think,
in
a motorcycle accident. and he barely got away from his. Remember, his van flipped over.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But
He
then
had a whole string of bad luck around there.
yeah, so he couldn't travel, and then Flavor broke his. Flavor had
Collarbones.
then Flavor broke his collarbone on a
And
motorcycle.
arms in Italy.
Arms, yeah, in Rimini Beach. So their injuries were just like, well, we ain't going to South Africa.
Yeah.
So we began to construct music in our message, and I knew that it was going to be a different record, and I knew that it was unprecedented. We were 7 years in, and we knew that all the things that were forming to be around hip hop of you know, you had a lot of cats that was following trends, and we were older and not trendy, really the opposite of trend. So I knew that the knives were coming for whatever we did. Because look, they're in LA and New York at the time. They're not traveling anywhere else. International don't mean anything. And now we supposed to deliver a record that's going to be hot in LA and New York. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to make that record. I'm not going to make something that's going to be hot because this is where it's at. I'm going to make something to all the places that we traveling, that we could perform the record and everybody else around the world. We want to find new areas. We want to find new areas where something is hot to somewhere else. So we made the record. And this happened to be during the transition of Def Jam from Sony into selling to Polygram. And what was happening is that Def Jam was in a hole with Sony. They kind of overextended themselves. But Polygram was buying black music. And they had bought Motown from, well, really a company had bought from Berry Gordy for $60 million. And then Boston Ventures sold it to Polygram for $300 million. Now, ain't that some racist-ish right there? So, like, what's the difference with Berry Gordy owning it and the company that bought it from him?
Right.
You know, and he didn't sell his publishing. So, boom, they got the traditionally black catalog. Next thing, they brought in the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis at Flight Time. So they got the contemporary, modern, black R&B soul. And the next thing was hip hop, and Def Jam was that label that Polygram came after. It also would alleviate Leor and Russell being in the red. It would pay the debt, and Def Jam would be at Polygram instead of in the red in Sony. We wasn't in the red. Public Enemy was like, I enjoyed my Sony CBS experience because we got to a point where we helped build those systems, and because we were in our own lane, it was like we had our own lane, so we had to build our own systems. When we released a record, it didn't have to go through the channels of everybody else. We made our own systems through the Sony people like Angela Thomas, you know, people like that, and those departments are over at Sony. And so we was all set up for music and our message, and and people expect me to have sour grapes on it. It is what it is. We had Give It Up. Gary G. Wiz, Stutter Man, and I made Give It Up, which was kind of like gonna be the most kind of like friendly, whatever, middle of the road rap record you can find that have a little something about what we're about.
Right.
And we made, I think, something like 20,000 12-inch in the marketing thing. All set the album up with Sony. They got it to every single DJ. This is March. Every single DJ, the minute they got this record, they played the hell out of it for 3 months. The problem is that Def Jam was negotiating its sale from Sony into Polygram, and meaning that I turned in the record and I turned in the album, but Sony could not release the album. It was going to be a Polygram record, and they didn't set up everything that had to be set up. It takes about 5 to 6 months to set up a record. But you know, everybody's going on your #1 record. Give It Up.
Yeah.
And it showed and it taught us something. It's like, well, you could set up a record, but when you're a known entity and you're hot, you better have that record ready. So in hindsight, when we released Give It Up, that album should have been ready right there.
Yeah.
because people have picked up the album automatically. That album didn't come out. Look, DJ's got the record in March. That album didn't come out till August.
Yep.
So,
and the Give It Up single didn't drop until sometime in the summer.
As a single, right?
As a single,
it dropped like June, July, whatever, and it was
Yep.
supposed to really be April, May, boom. But you're changing companies, and they impromptu set up a gigantic system in 3 to 4 months, but used our record as the selling piece for the transition of Def Jam from Sony to Polygram. Without Public Enemy, Def Jam doesn't make that deal. So what happens, right? Def Jam goes over into Polygram, takes 4 or 5 months to move everything over to set themselves up to how to promote a rap record. And by that time, it's August. What record you think they set up in July? Warren G. Warren G does 3 million albums off of Regulated, the single. That's the power of a machine setup. Good record, brother of Dr. Dre. All the stories made sense, but also it doesn't make sense if all the pieces in a machine doesn't line up. And the machine was ready in July and August, and we were happy for Warren G. I mean, people might say, "Well, damn, you know what? That's the record that people missed or whatever." Yes, it was a business mechanic miss, but what we had done in '94 anyway, we was on the road internationally, so it was the biggest international rap record in the whole Polygram system. But I mean, you in LA and New York in 1994, you're not counting Paris,
right?
That didn't get figured out. The international power of hip hop didn't get figured out until a couple of years later. And understand, we built the system inside Sony. We could not drag the system over the Public Enemy. So that system was over in Sony. Now, who do you think that system behooved and helped? Rough House Records.
Rough House, yep.
They were the next record. There was a next record label in line. And the machine was already set up with Def Jam that vacated that area. So all the machinery is in part. Your promoters, all that system is set up. Oh, we're going to go and get these 12 inches made here. We're going to move these in cassettes over there. We got the CD plants on go. Pop, 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 pop. They didn't get a chance to do it with Public Enemy or anything else. Def Jam, Rough House moves right on up. Fugees. 2 years later, take advantage of internationality. Domestically, you had the growth and the power of Cypress Hill using all those machinery parts.
Yep.
I mean, it was one of those things that my relationship with Sony was so good that I said, Donnie Ienner, who's the head of Sony at that time, also a great friend of myself and Be Real and all the guys, said, a great mentor, I should say, not just friend, but he said, why don't you come back home and start a label or something? And I went back and started the original Slam Jams in 96. Now, it could have started in 95. But my lawyer at the particular time played games around with me where the head of Sony, Donnie Ienner, was like, what's up with what, we're going to have this deal or what? And I relied on my lawyer who went AWOL on me.
Wow.
So my lawyer at the same time, he's the one that says, I think you guys could leave Sony, although y'all are cool, but I remember him saying this clearly, go to Polygram because it's a candy store for what you guys want to do. I'm like, so I followed his lead on that, was mistake number one. And then mistake number two was actually, you're in the candy store. I go back and I still retain him as my lawyer. No. And come to find out, every time, 3 months would pass and I might get a call, like, what's up with your guy? I'm like, here's the record company wondering what's up with my legal guy, not, sealing the deal. Because Slam Jams, by right, should have been set up there in 94. Get set up in 96 eventually. Come to find out, I didn't know what was up with my lawyer. And one day I seen him announcing Eazy-E has AIDS and is gonna pass soon. I'm like, that's where he's been all this time.
Wow.
So I got the like, you're a little fish, and I'll get around to you after I finish this, which is a lot more money and a lot more complicated than you are.
Yeah.
But yo, I'm like, so that was my mistake, being loyal to a situation where you should have kept it moving.
Yeah. Wow.
So the record is with Polygram, where my home was really Sony.
Yeah.
Because we built things together. So it was sweet, a bittersweet, but also in hip hop love and everything. When I seen all those successes come out of Rough House and all those groups and situations that they tried to replace the void that Def Jam left over at Sony, and they eventually did, to me.
Yeah.
I thought the Fugees and Cypress Hill and anything else anybody else wanted to do, down to the Goats and groups that we allowed, that we had open up on tour with us, down to what they were doing in metal with Rage Against the Machine over at Epic.
Yep.
They, and then later on, they also had DMX and Big L and stuff like that they was trying to do with the main label. But really,
Nas,
Illmatic in 94, 95.
Yep.
Faith Newman had a lot to do with that, but that came off the heels of Search, and what Search was able to know that main source when Nas had Live at the Barbecue. So a lot of those MCs were going around setting a new stage, and then in the middle of that, Puffy comes up out of Uptown.
Yep.
And then gets close to hugging Clive Davis, and then that ends up being the beginning of like Craig Mack and all the same guys were circulating, but it was the LA, New York, not the East Coast, West Coast that people talked about, but the LA, New York thing was really where that's where the business was.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the business, all the accountants, all the lawyers, all the pencil pushes, the distribution, all that stuff, LA, New York.
Yep.
That's why even when you study the film industry and they tell you Hollywood was, yes, in California where the movies were made, but they were financed on Wall Street.
Yeah.
LA, New York. So what does East Coast, West Coast mean? That you're going to have a bunch of lawyers fighting at the end of the day? Probably.
Yep.
They're the only ones that's going to get paid.
Right.
And they ain't going to lose no money. They're just going to lose time.
Yep.
So
Anybody
Jenny?
Anybody can ask Chuck what his favorite Schoolhouse Rock is?
Oh, we were talking about Schoolhouse Rock earlier.
Yeah, I did a song called Conjunction for Schoolhouse Rock Project, but it's out there somewhere.
You did.
But remember, I understand under this, I'm a little older, so I mean, that's the Schoolhouse Rock was still kiddie shit to me. I was like, man, I'm way beyond.
Right.
Let me tell you what was kiddie shit to me. I was a Star Trek fan, so the next thing that came after that, Star Wars, was kiddie shit to me. All that, I'm like, y'all playing games with space, man. I'm like, I'm into like Captain Kirk and Nichelle Nichols and Sulu and Warp Factor 9, man. Then Star Wars comes out. I'm like, this is some milk down kiddie shit, man. I'm never gonna like this. To this day, I haven't watched Star Wars yet. Really? I got it up there on the shelf. How old am I? I'm 19 years old. I'm like, no. When Star Wars came out, I was 7.
You were 17.
I was 17. So I was like, I'm not into no cartoons, man. I'm 17 years old, man. I'm trying to go to the disco. I was telling Doc before I got on the call, man. I'm telling you, man. All new MCs, all new rappers. No shade, but they disco now. It's disco again. Their trap is like double time. Cats is wearing flamboyant, shit out of left field, right? Anything is everything, right? Is anything, right?
Yep.
So can we do them? Can we do them like Disco did? Put them all in the studio, in the stadium, and blow their asses up?
no. See,
Wow.
you felt that because they did that right around the corner from your crib, bro.
Yeah, they did.
See, they did that when they blew up the disco records on disco night at the old Comiskey Park on the south side, not too far from Kaz's crib.
Set that shit on fire.
Yeah, that was a black-white thing, man, because they didn't know the disco record. They just said, man, disco sucks because, they wasn't even getting into it. And then the last thing that they needed to know with disco, when they saw Kiss make disco records and the Rolling Stones, to them, made a disco record, to all those cats that were rock and rollers. But I don't know. Miss You was hitting, though. Miss You was hitting in the streets as far as disco's concerned.
Funky as hell.
Miss You didn't miss. I would say Miss You. Now, on that same album, Reverend Jesse Jackson pulled the Rolling Stones coat because in Some Girls, they had a line about black women that Jesse Jackson was like, nah, you're not getting away with that lyric. So a lot of people were like, what? Then people got into the dynamic of it. But a lot of times people was like, oh, that's, Miss You was on some blasphemous, racist shit and all that. You know how people kind of get the facts half wrong and shit.
Yeah.
No, Miss You was that. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So it brings, like I was talking to Doc, I said, there's good disco and 95% of it is bad disco. But the good disco, I mean, number one, you're going to have beef if you can't dance. You don't dance, you're going to have beef. You're going to stand on the wall and look at me dance with your girl. So you're going to be mad anyway, right? You can't wait for a time when nobody dances. I mean, I couldn't wait for a time that I could try out my dances because nobody could do the hustle. Except for real skilled hustle people.
Yeah.
Skilled hustle people, big afro, they look fly, platform shoes this high, you know what I'm saying? They also do karate, so you really couldn't get mad. They got the pick hanging in the air, and they got all the girls doing the hustle, right?
Yep.
I mean, you can't win. We couldn't wait for a dance to break out, and what do you think that dance was? At least in New York.
Good Times?
Nope, the Freak. You kind of right.
Freak.
The Freak on Le Freak by Chic.
Yep.
Freak out. Dun, dun. Le Freak. You know what I'm saying? Now me, I was a roller skater. So the whole key is that you could go and get your dance off on the skates, or you dance off the skates. That's where I first became a really crazy fan for Spectrum, which later on we call Spectrum City. That's Hank Shockley, Keith Shockley, and people like that, man. I mean, Spectrum, wherever they went, they was jamming, and I was gonna dance, get my dance on. I couldn't do all the break dance and stuff, but like I was older, so you got on the floor because the floor got you together, and Chic was pretty much like the soundtrack of that time, where that party was popping. You got some Chic. Now later on, coincidentally, who would think that the group, they wasn't a disco band, they just was a group that was getting it. Every joint they dropped, like, dance, like dance. Doom, 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 doom. I mean, what the fuck else you gonna do? You better get on and dance. You gonna just look at people like, do. See, that became a style later on with non-dancing people. Like, yeah, I dance in my car like this. It was like, what the fuck? So all that music that Chic made, it was like, yo, it's time to get busy, yo. Let's go.
Yeah.
And who would think that Chic would also be that group that slows it all down? Because they kind of slowed it down with Freak Out.
Right.
Especially from Yowza, Yowza, Yowza and stuff like that,
Right.
But they slowed it down with Freak Out, La Freak. Freak Out. Dun, dun. And you know what? The thing about it, I think Hank tells a story that he was doing ROTC in Kentucky. And I think he came from New York. And he goes down to Kentucky, and with this record, and everybody's like, what the hell is that? Because back in the day, songs were regional. So if it's anything that's hot up in New York, it ain't getting to Kentucky till like 6 months later,
Right.
So Yeah, so you know, long story short, it's like they slowed it down. Sheik brought the individual dance back in there. I ain't gotta hustle, you know. I could just grab a girl, get on the floor, and you do your thing, you know. Ain't nobody judging you. You're doing the freak.
Right.
But this was the roller skating song of
It
all
was a
roller skating
but
songs.
they were all roller skating songs. But what happened, Jenny, when your ass wasn't on skates? You better learn how to do some dance.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? You just better. So, who would think? A year later, in '79, I'm listening to Eddie Cheaper in Long Island. Eddie Cheaper, one of the major DJs in that era, really a combination of hip hop, club, on the mic. I mean, like DJ Hollywood, Eddie Cheaper was the Mets Yankees of that, right?
Right.
Coke, Pepsi, DJs. The Eddie Cheaper, DJ Hollywood. Then down the line, you got DJ Starsky and all those other guys. Incredible. So Eddie Cheaper says, yo, I'm going to do this record. I've got my record coming out, and I'm in a spot. It's got about 700 people, and we dancing to Eddie Cheaper, right? And he's talking about a record, and I'm dancing. I'm like, fuck, you talking about a record? How you put? What kind of record you gonna do? He can't sing. Can't sing. I mean, what kind of record you gonna do? I'm gonna put my record out. My record's coming out. Matter of fact, I got this new song for y'all right now. It's by Chic. So you think you on the dance floor, right? And you like, oh, it's brand new by Chic. Oh, it's about to be on, right? I'm on the floor. All of a sudden, this by Chic. So the floor stops, but people ain't left the floor, and you kind of lucky if the girl ain't left. but shit better hurry up, right? Or she gonna be, I don't want to feel like dancing no more. You know something about that, Jenny. Anyway, so it's for a quick second. First thing you hear is like, ding, ding. What the fuck is she coming out with this slow ass shit for? It felt like a swamp, man. It's like you busy like this, like then. It's like, wow, this is they went country on us. It's like, what the fuck? I mean,
did you ever like anything slow? Did you ever like anything slow music?
You jump in the subject, bro. I'll get to that. You got a groove on, right? You used to see bringing it up like this, and this brought it right back down to like 1972. I'm like, okay, all right, now I gotta change my bop, Okay, we gotta so it just seems so slow. And then Eddie Cheaper saying, yo, that's right, y'all, check it out. I'm coming out with my record right now. I'm Eddie Cheaper in the place to be. My DJ Easy G. Come on. Nah. He's singing the song. He knows the song. And we just like, God damn, this shit is slow. He plays the shit again. And he plays. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I want to ask somebody else if he felt it was slow too. Professor Daddy-O.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Daddy-O. We got somebody in the age range. But Daddy-O was always a star. Me, I was a fan to go dance. I wanted to dance with chicks. So I didn't want to be on the mic, but if your ass was whack on the mic, I have problems with that. That's what got me on the mic in the first place at my college, because everybody would get on the mic and they would be fucking up my dance. So I'm trying to get my dance on, and the last thing you want to do is somebody like they'll have that good time, like 1 2 1 2. That's right, I'm from the Bronx, y'all. You're like, you from the Bronx, but you ain't from the Bronx on the mic like them cats that you go around. You just on a college campus from the Bronx trying to do the shit that you done heard all year, but you ain't that dude, and you fucking up my dance right now, right? And I'm like, why don't you let the DJ play and you shut the fuck up for a minute, right? So you getting your groove on. So the first time I'm telling everybody, that after going to spots and clubs and dancing to Chic, now I wasn't a hustle dude, the big tall dudes and you had a lot of those cats in Brooklyn, those smooth cats, big Afro dudes, tall platforms, Swedish knit shirts and gabardines, and these cats do the hustle to like MFSB shit.
Yeah.
Or T Connection.
All day.
Yo, I'm not all right. Cool. I can't do that. But when she came out with Le Freak, they opened up the floors. That means we could freestyle now. We could yo. So we were still in a mode like that. So the first time I go to the spot, 1,000 people in there. Eddie Cheaper says, "I'm gonna come out with a record." This is '79. I'm like in my mind right there with this chick, like, how the fuck you gonna come up with a fucking role? You can't sing, dog. It's like, but he, he got us popping. And he says, yo, man, I got this new joint, by Chic, and already in your mind it's like, oh, a new joint. I'm gonna break it to y'all the first time anybody ever heard it. So in your mind it's like, oh, we're gonna keep, I'm like, I mean, we ain't gonna necessarily be yowza, but we kind of like, on some Le Freak, which is kind of like, Man, he stopped the music for a minute, and then this shit came in slow drag. Damn. I'm like, this dude done went country on us, man. What the fuck? Speed that shit up, man. That shit is molasses, yo. It's like, and after a while, he played it 3 times. Eddie Cheaper played it 3 times that night. And then they'd on couple of weeks, Frankie Crocker playing it, then the DJs get a hand on it.
Right.
Then the park DJs get a hand of it. And then cats start fucking around with the break and rhyming over it. I'm like, okay. So it's like the rhymers put that little oomph in it because that shit straight out was a slow-ass country record for a New Yorker. But the rhymers came in because Cat's cadence was, yes, sure, you don't stop, you keep on, and I can't get in the club, y'all, and so the cadence was making cats speed up. Like, all right, yeah, you gotta put something on top of this shit, man, and that's the summer of '79. The summer of '79, and Eddie Cheaper said, I'm gonna do a record for y'all, and I'm like, how the fuck you gonna do a record, dog? It's impossible. How you gonna do a hip-hop party record on some shit that lasts 3 hours?
Right.
I don't know, how long is this record gonna be? It's like, what record you gonna, what you can't sing, dog? And then King Tim III came out.
Yeah.
In the summer, right at the top of the summer of '79, I was working at this job. And I heard it on WKTU, and I was like,
with Paco.
Yeah, with Paco Navarro, in the middle of playing Coca Motion and shit.
Yep.
And La Pamplemousse.
Yep,
right?
That's the first time. Yep. Paco was the first one to play that record. You're right.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. Because, we gave the Fatback Band some play. They were from Brooklyn. Brooklyn always had all the bands. They had all. They were always the only dudes that were recording in New York.
We had Brass Construction. We had a Sky. We had a lot of
lot of bands. I mean, like even the GQ guys came from the Bronx and down there. So Brooklyn was always cutting records, but they was cutting records for grown old folks who was hustling, and disco was never going away. They made disco like, we don't know what that disco shit is. But this shit is Brooklyn disco with calypso in that shit somewhere.
Disco, I always say that. I say we wasn't the France Jolie disco.
No.
We wasn't the John Travolta disco.
No.
We was Lolita Holloway disco.
Yep.
We was First Choice disco.
First Choice disco.
That's the kind of disco we was.
And the bottom of that shit, and the bottom was always like...
Always.
Yeah,
because everybody has speakers. I mean, you can't even come outside without speakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go back in the house, man. You know what I mean?
Brooklyn was known as a spot that you're not going to go to a big spot. Like you could do that in Queens, and especially Long Island. There's 1,000 people up in there. Because Brooklyn, it was like, you know what? We got this spot in the corner. 100 people come here every weekend.
Yeah.
Our security is 2 cats that one dude, and the one dude can handle the 100 people.
Yeah.
And I own or I lease this spot. And the day we don't have this DJ thing, a band is playing and that jukebox is in effect.
Yep, that's true.
And you know what? And we done been having this shit since 1964.
Yeah, it's true.
Brooklyn had a whole lot of spots like that. You could go to a small spot.
They still there.
They still there, right?
They still
Right?
there.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them bars that's still there.
Yeah. But that's why, I guess why I got my dad's, that and combined with roller skating. But then Brooklyn also roller skating with Empire. It was just
that was crazy.
the God roller rink of New York.
And it's ill because the roller rinks is what became the venues for the rappers.
Of course. I mean, I'm from Roosevelt.
We played roller rinks and we played those armories.
Yup.
We always played those armories. I don't know why we could get in those armories, but we always got in those armories.
But you know what? Old Dad? Usually the armories are owned by the army, and you couldn't really fuck them up.
Right.
And it's in the army or some reserve unit was like, well, y'all do what the fuck y'all want, but y'all ain't gonna end it.
Right.
Y'all would just get the fuck kicked out of here. It might be some blood. It might be some casualties, but we still gonna be the armory.
Right.
And we ain't going out of business. And you ain't gonna rent this motherfucker again.
Right.
A club is different. It's like you ruined the club. The club shut down. It went on fire. Insurance and all that shit, but not the armory. Armory was like, nah.
But some of the best jams was at them armories, man. And it's also when those guys start traveling, like Flash and them, who was getting a little popularity, that was the places that they played too. Because I think the first time I seen Flash at a roller ring, no. First time I seen Flash was one of those armories.
Yup.
Queens.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You could further on the outskirts, the crowds could be bigger because cats were a little bit more innocent.
Right.
And they were kind of spread out anyway, so they kind of happy to be packed together. But you can't pack nobody in the 4 boroughs and expect a motherfucker to be happy. I mean, I should say 3 boroughs: Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan. Yeah. You're not packing. Although the Midtown, when they used to have those Midtown ballroom joints, cats were respectful because they said, "Shit, we Midtown, so we don't know." Man, you can get gaffled up in here by these cops in Midtown. We fuck it up, so we got to get back to wherever we go. Even Jerseyites will be coming to the Midtown thing. So, but
Brooklyn parties was something different.
Yeah, something different, and you can't go to Brooklyn and not know how to dance.
Yeah, that was true too.
Or skate, dance or skate, and that music was all. That music would be like, this is how we doing the music, and we don't really care if anybody outside like it.
Yeah, it's true.
This is where
that's how we learn new records. That's how we learn, because those DJs was just gonna play the records anyway.
Man, that's why
Cathedrals, all them joints, them was brand new records. Then when you come in the park, it's like, what's that?
Oh, that's why I was a part of. That's why I was a part of that founding fathers, that Sonny from Arab.
Oh yeah. No.
Hassan.
No, I just told my man about that movie yesterday.
Yo, man, let me tell you, man, how much crazy beef was over it, because
I know.
Hassan came to me and said, do the voiceover, and I said, well, from Long Island, we went the Bronx and to Brooklyn and Manhattan, because you had to, you saw it all.
Yeah.
There's no reason for somebody from the Bronx to go to Brooklyn ever. There's no reason for a person from Brooklyn to go anywhere. Brooklyn's his own planet.
Right.
So when I seen the scene pop off with the Maboyas, the Flowers, and also like a lot, King Charles and Queens, a lot of the Jamaican DJs, this cats up in the Bronx said, like, yo, man, you won't even know nothing about that, man, because these cats it was its own thing, and their whole record selection was their whole level of the girls that would come to the joints they were different.
It's different.
They were just different, man. And it's his own scene.
Parties.
Huh?
We didn't have sausage parties.
No, not in Brooklyn.
Nah.
Brooklyn is his own, man. And so the thing that sprouted out of Brooklyn in the beginning of hip hop, you have a lot of people like, oh man, that wasn't hip hop. I said, yo, the dudes in Brooklyn, I mean, that whole thing, they were older.
Right.
They knew how to keep the party. Right. And a lot of them was small parties. They had 1,000 small parties. Right. And when they did come together, they had an understanding with all the DJs how it was going to run. That understanding didn't happen in the Bronx, man, till later on. It was like, you know what? It was a younger thing.
Brooklyn
They were
DJs actually used to combine and do parties. Like I was telling my man the other day, I said the first idea of a coffin, a console, comes from Brooklyn because it was a group they called a Kicking Coffin. And they used to come out with the lights and everything and the white gloves and the mask. And they used to have a real coffin and turntables, and a mixer was in there. Because prior to that, if you look at any pictures, you just see a turntable, a mixer, a turntable. You never saw a coffin.
Wow.
Kicking Coffin was the first coffin. Then Rock and Soul, the store, copied the idea and made they combined a guitar travel case,
right,
and a coffin. And that's what we use now as a console.
Wow.
Hey man, I'm telling you, like we played a Spectrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
We played Long Island 1979 in December, right? This is when Sugar Hill Gang just came out with their record.
Right.
They booked the Holiday Inn, right? Now the dude that booked the Holiday Inn, he expected like maybe 2,000 people.
Right.
Yo, man, it had to be like 15,000 people outside the Holiday Inn. Like, so we were already on the roster, right?
Right.
So one thing that Hank did with him and Keith did with their ingenious self, we made a coffin for the turntables and the mixer, made it out of the wood and all. What do you think we did, man? We put wheels on the bottom end so we didn't have to lift it.
Right.
So what happened is I think Curtis Blow was getting ready to come on. I think Curtis Blow just went off and Sugar Hill Gang was going to come on, but a commotion happened outside. I'm giving y'all facts from 1979, December 1979, before a lot of y'all was born, y'all. But we had to get the fuck up out of there. So the simple is, Hank closed the top, Keith locked it, boom, we put that shit on the side and rolled that shit right out the side door. People looking at us like, wow, man. How the fuck yo, man, they was like, boom. And back in the day, you know what cats had, they would, you DJ, so you might get out of there quick, but why did you bring 15 crates of records?
Yeah.
You was paying for an hour. You was paying for 30 minutes. You bought 15 crates of records. We designed later on a record crate with handles.
Wow.
In case that was called the in case of emergency setup. Like, boom, problem, drama, come, boom, out of there. That was December 1979. I wish I had the flyers on. It was on my wall at the crib. Got rid of and all that, but that was my second gig.
That was at Spectrum City.
That was Spectrum, yeah. We put the city on it when we did WBAU later on, just to make it fly sounding on the radio. But it was Spectrum in it, and we did all the colleges, we did all the big events in Long Island, and the thing is they had a group out called Spectrum 2. It was one dude. He was doing all. He was kind of nice too. And he was arrogant, and he was big-headed. And here I am. We were Spectrum, right? And I joined Spectrum in '79 with Hank. So I'm that dude that really seriously, if there's a problem, we're gonna finish the problem. So we didn't like to do Spectrum 2. And then they would talk junk. It was all college frat type of shit. Right. And here we are, just like from the local area, from the streets.
Right.
And I remember we went to CW Post, and CW Post was like, everybody Spectrum 2, Spectrum 2, Spectrum 2. And then we end up having to call ourselves Spectrum 1. So I told Hank, man, I said, man, this dude, man, when we go to CW Post, man, he's going to have to respect us, man. I have a fight with this motherfucker, man, in the middle of CW Post on the floor fighting for Spectrum.
Wow.
Really, I wasn't trying to fight him, but I was talking so much shit that you had to hear, like Melly Mel would do later on with me. So he was definitely, this dude jumped off the stage and jumped on me, man. We was going at it on the floor.
That's crazy.
For the fucking love of music, boy.
Yeah.
Have you ever told that story?
I never told that story. I've not to no public, but
right.
Spectrum
exclusive.
Spectrum 2 had this beatbox thing that everybody used to go crazy. They had some kind of beatbox that was, it wasn't Flash's beatbox, because remember college kids, he had to kind of like,
Yeah.
you couldn't go all the way there. You can't be playing catch the groove and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, although you could put it in there a little bit, but he had this beatbox that was kind of dope that he programmed the same way all the time, and man, that dance floor was crazy. Wow. And the girls loved him. The girls loved the way they DJ'd. They loved the way that we did it too. You know, especially the way Keith DJ'd and stuff like that. But you know, that was our competition. Spectrum 1 and Spectrum 2. So that's why later on we just call ourselves Spectrum City. And Spectrum City is on the record, right? Didn't it call Spectrum City?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I think that was around the time. We called Spectrum City from the radio, and then Spectrum City on the radio really became the thing. We said, all right, we'll do this recording with Vanguard, which wasn't long after Big Mama Thornton was recording with them.
Oh, wow.
I just found that out the other day that her last year she recorded with Vanguard.
Vanguard, wow.
Easier from the stress, not here to impress, gonna push it to a test. Hear what all of you gonna let it out.
There you go.
Look out, while the people here comes the truth. Lies.
That was my first written song. My first written song. And here's the story is, I ain't gonna talk so much about me, but a lot of people say, oh man, you did that, you know, or Chuck got involved in recording, it was a bad experience. I don't think that was a bad experience. I thought we had a ball with that.
Yeah.
Because we was able to record the B-side real quick.
All right, check out the radio.
Check Out the Radio was actually done in what you call remaining studio time, because we got totally produced by these guys who was in disco, and they were, you know, and we were voices coming in, myself and Butch Cassidy, and that was a total production of do it this way, rap on this, and it sounded exactly like what it sounded. I'm like, okay, fine. You want lyrics on top of this? This is what it's going to be. Stop telling those lies. And then finally they made their mix. They compiled everything, and I think we had something like 3 hours left in the session. So they left, right? So I'm like, yo, can you actually put this together? Vietnam, and boom, 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 made this song. And then we made like a fucking 3 hours. Like what the remaining time was. Make this the B-side. And it became the B-side. It was like, sneak this on there. So after I made Lies, I never really listened to that record ever again. I might just record it in the future just for some posterity, right?
Right.
But the B-side, Check Out the Radio, was the thing that turned Run, DMC, Beastie Boys on. After that, they made Slow and Low. Because all our stuff would go over there. So, Slow and Low, that is the tempo. Because the original song for Check Out the Radio was called Low Tempo. Low Tempo, you know. So that answers Kaz's, did you ever like anything slow? Low Tempo was the rap record that, I mean, I got lines like Bernard King, you know, in it and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was one of those, what do you call it? No huddle offense type of records. Like, all right, get this done.
Right.
And sure enough, we got it finished in time. They're like, your studio session is up. Time for y'all to go home. No more time left, but we already got it in. And I think a year later, I met Daddy-O. We were promoting STETSASONIC. Just say Stet.
That was the show of all shows. Yo, we got so we. I think, did we meet you through Erskine and Dave?
Erskine Isaac?
Yeah, I think Erskine and Dave.
I went to school with Erskine.
Yeah, so that's how we met. But anyway, we came out there to do the show. it was so crazy because I told people, like, I saw all the elements of Public Enemy, but they wasn't Public Enemy yet.
Yeah, definitely
But
wasn't.
when we got out the damn, first of all, they rented a limo for us. And when we got out the damn limo, we felt like superstars because Griff had it on lock.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I felt like I was Farrakhan or somebody. No, for real. Like, yo, he had it on lock. It was like Griff and the S1s, and they like escorting us in, and we like, yeah. We like, yeah, this is dope. And then I met Flav. Flav was the host of the show.
Right.
And that's when we met Flav. You know, and then we had met Chuck and them, and but it was crazy because that show was like the polar opposite of when we went and played Wine Dance.
I don't know about the Wine Dance show because all I know is that show was a badass show that y'all gave in Hempstead. It was a badass show. Oh my God.
That joint was hard. Well, we went to Wine Dance, right? We doing this. We doing the same STETSASONIC stuff, right? But they had like this 5%er dude. He was like their leader. His name was like Born or something, right? And we was like, everybody say ho, right? And people was getting ready to say ho. He said, yo, don't be manipulated by them brothers. Everybody shut up.
Oh, boy.
He said, don't be manipulated by them brothers. Everybody shut up, man. We was off. I mean, we finished the show, but it was like,
yeah, man.
It was like pulling
Wine Dance, man. Let me tell you, man. People used to call Roosevelt the Harlem of Long Island because like Roosevelt. I mean, that's where everybody went. 1 square mile town. It's like, you it's a problem if you go there thinking that it's whatever. It's a problem. But people in Roosevelt used to say, "Oh, Wine Dance." Nah, man, don't go the fuck out there, man. Don't fuck with that, man. You go, yo, man. They'll fuck you up and send you back in the fucking raggedy cab, man. If you come back. And then there's a spot even further than that on the island way out called Bellport. That cats and Wine Dance be like, nah, man. Because they was like, you know, back in the day, you want to talk about country spots, man? Yo, man. Motherfuckers that like country don't give a fuck spots. Like they don't get BLS, they don't get New York radio, man. Out there they was like, man, we don't even get Connecticut Bridgeport radio, man. We don't even know what the fuck is happening back there. So I feel you, man. Yeah, we made sure, when we had y'all, man, we were like, our number one goal is like, not only are we playing these cats on BAU, everybody know that they as big as anybody. And we making sure when they come out, they're gonna be the Beatles and shit. Fuck that. You can go ask any one of the Fearless Four. When Rockin' It came out, we already knew because they already had, what was the first record they had? It's Magic. Remember?
That's what made us make records. It's Magic made me and Delight decide to make a record.
Oh shit! Really?
Wow. Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, we wasn't even gonna make records. And because we was like, why would we make records? Like, cause I tell people all the time, the formula was what Ron says on Live at the Funhouse. Now, if you say you heard my rhyme, we're gonna have to fight because I just made the motherfucker up last night. It was, you know what I mean? It's like you gotta hear something fresh and new. So me and D was like, we're not making no records. We make records, we're gonna be whack. They're gonna be playing it the same time.
You're gonna be making lies.
Yeah. But then we heard this Magic. And we was like, yo, they actually made a routine on record.
Wow.
And we were like, this is crazy. I mean, we liked super rapping and all of that stuff. We liked that stuff, but it wasn't no routine. It was, even Mel and them didn't really do much of a routine except for it was a party night and a couple of times.
Right.
Magic was a full through routine. Everybody bombed from the beginning to the end of the record.
Wow. Yeah.
And we were like, and there were 4 separate voices, you know what I mean? And we were like, yo, we could do it.
Bro.
And that's what made us decide to do it.
Whoa, It's Magic was already out, right? And right at the inkling, they released Rockin' It. We caught Rockin' It. We put a deposit, said, listen, we want you to play Long Island. But Rockin' It kind of wasn't just out yet. But after about 7 weeks, we promoted it. Yo, man, they already was doing spots in the city, and their rate went up like this, but they were still committed to our deposit. And myself and Hank or I would have to go up to Harlem with a van, pick them up, and bring them to Long Island. Now, I forget whether I had to pick up Fearless or Hank picked them up. No, Hank had to do the gig. But Keith had to hold down the gig because Hank did the door. Keith had to hold down the music. So I think I went to kind of pick them up or lead them in with their ride or whatever. It was at this place called Subway in Long Island. It was a roller rink. Once again, a roller rink.
Yeah.
But once again, it was the timing. Like, okay, yeah, Fearless 4, it's magic. You know, and they got a new, man, by 4 weeks or 5 weeks, Rockin' It became like the #1 rap joint, and it happened to be on the same night that they happened to be doing the gig, man. Yo, man, it had to be like 10,000 people outside the venue. They called it the Subway because it was under the ground, so that was a problem. But let me tell you, to this day, any one of the Fearless 4, say out of all the concerts they did, major record stuff they did later on with Curtis Blow and on Elektra, they said, yo, man, we came to Long Island. Yo, they were like they were the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, man.
That's the way we
they
felt.
just grabbing their clothes. They was ripping their clothes off. That's like, yo, man. I think a couple of members had babies, man. I don't know. and then you would hear from Fearless. They said, yo, we did that shit, but we did the next gig, man, somewhere else, and that shit was a downer, man. I said, yeah, man, because we treated y'all like superstars down to the exit back home with money. Yeah. And, you know, like, yo, it's like, yo, and then we're going to still be playing the joint on the radio. Yeah. But they said the next gig that they did was somewhere else, and that shit was like, yeah, whatever, you know. But they said they had that shit stay. So even to this day, I run into Mighty Mike C. I was like, yo, did you write, right? He said, we 60 years old. It seems man. And that's special, man. Yeah. That's special, man. When you got that thing, I remember it shows that we love this shit, man. Yeah. We love this shit because, I mean, I don't remember getting paid that night. We didn't do it, but we knew that we had something to contribute to the brilliance and the beauty of this music, and you felt like the richest man on earth just because you helped something that you believed that was dope, just to be everybody else could see it as dope. Right. That was enough, man. We threw the dope ass party. These cats is dope, and I had something to do with that. That was enough for me, man.
Yeah, that's real talk.
That was enough for me. So so when y'all came out, and yo, man, y'all, I mean, I said, damn, man, they don't even got an album. And then albums wasn't a regular thing anyway. You might have got a record, you might have not got an album, but y'all had 2 songs, and the show was an hour. Show was an hour. So I was like, I got 2 songs. The show is an hour, man. The show was an hour, y'all. They stretched, and you couldn't explain it because, yo, what does Stet do? Stet, they came to just say Stet, right? But nah, they stretched that shit into a fucking stage play. The shit was a fucking play and shit. I don't know, a hip hop fucking opera or something. I don't know. And that turned me on.
I did 2 hours in Paradiso.
No, 2.5 hours in Paradiso. See, that's when you had 2 albums out in full gear. Yeah. And I was
actually, I didn't. In Full Gear was not out yet, but we performed the whole album.
Wow. Right. I was in the audience. Yeah. Because my friend Kim is over there, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna hang over there." Oh yeah, STETSASONIC coming. So I was hanging out that night, and I said, I was in the stand, and I was like, and the minute that people exhausted, they falling out, right? And then I'm like, yo, man, this is the most incredible, excited show I've ever seen in my life. And then they come on for another set of songs. I'm like, it never ended, man. But it wasn't like it's going on and on, and no, it's like you got.
They wouldn't
this
let us
is
leave. And
nah.
so
We would not. We wait.
like,
What
yo,
do you
let's
mean?
just do
What do you,
this. And
what do you mean they?
The audience.
No, what do you mean they? I was in the audience,
Oh,
dog.
okay.
We
Y'all
wouldn't let
us
y'all leave.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't let us leave. We was like, oh, because I remember when we started doing some of the street routines. Because I looked at Fuquan. Fuquan looked at me. He's like, D, we ain't got nothing left. I said, let's do the joints that we used to do in the park. The light was like, yeah, let's do them joints. And we just started doing the routines.
That was that third stage, man. That third
man.
stage of extra shit. I'm like, I've said that often so many times over the years. I said, what do you think is the greatest shows you ever did? I give them a list. I said, but also your 1988 STETSASONIC in Paradiso, the Netherlands, Amsterdam, man. I can't explain it, man. And I'm good at explaining it.
We love that place. We love that place.
I love it too.
We started there though with Dave Klein, Funky Klein.
Dave Klein, right?
That's who. Our first joint, our first tours was in Amsterdam, Berlin, all of that. We have not toured the U.S. yet.
Wow. You best to rest assured every time I step in Paradise, so I.
Ooh, you got cut.
Yeah, we did. Huh. Mr. Chuck.
Rest assured that the next time he steps foot in Paradiso.
Will we ever find out what will happen?
We may never know.
We may never know.
Who are we listening to right now? I was never a big fan of them.
Yeah,
whatever. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you gotta finish the story. Wait, we can't hear you, Mr. Chuck.
Chuck with the
You left us
cliffhanger.
all in suspense.
Yep. Hit us with the cliffhanger. He's on the way
Yeah,
back.
who is this? Who are we listening to?
Whatever.
One of the greatest albums ever made.
Why don't you hit a note, Jennifer?
I got knocked off because I was saying something.
Yeah, the next time you step in.
No, I say all the time I play Paradiso. One thing I ain't gonna do no whack ass show in Paradiso after that show.
Right.
I think I done stepped in Paradiso about 6 times after that, and every time I be thinking like, you know what? Don't fall off. STETSASONIC set the back, set the standard.
Those rooms over there are nice though, man. I played a nice room last week. It was so nice, man. It was like, I told a guy when I was in there doing sound check, I was like, yo, this is like CBGB's. Like, it was in Jacksonville, but like the monitors was right, the room was right.
Was it Milk Bar? Was it the Milk Bar?
No, it was a place called 1904. It was Devin's show.
Oh.
It was Devin's Blue show.
Oh.
You know, I went to go catch up with Devin because he owed me a hook.
He also owes us an interview because we haven't been able to track him down.
Yo, we was all in there, man. The room was so right. Nothing but Devin the Dudes fans in there. Man, we was on there screaming. We had a ball, man. We had a ball. Then he shouted me out. He shouted me out. I had to hold back the tears and shit because he just blew my shit up. Like, yo, Daddy-O's here. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be rapping. And then, you know, down there, Houston, all down south, it's on fire for them.
Yeah.
So he was like, On Fire was one of my favorite records because I never forget when we went to Miami. Remember, Chuck, when we was on the tour, we went to Miami. We had to actually switch a record out and do On Fire.
I know, right?
And I'm like,
right.
We actually doing On Fire on stage? Like, but they liked it because of that 808.
You had to switch out. When you went to Cleveland, y'all had to switch out Dufay.
Yeah. Yep. That happens, man.
That's when you learn about, that's when you really learn about regions, man, because you go in there with your 15 and you go into a region and find out that you got to get rid of 5.
Yep, it's true. It's true.
What was the big record for you in Cleveland, Mr. Chuck?
Yo Burmers, the show, the single. It was actually the a theme of a whole high school at that time that year. Wow. I think got the high school name. But yeah, man, they used it for the whole football team.
Wow.
And Kermit Henderson was a big mover and shaker in Cleveland for us, as well as Lynn Tolliver's nephews.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Cleveland was a city, boy. I mean, when me and Odab went to Cleveland, man, it was like, man, they knew that. I mean, that was Cleveland was to me the rap city, the second rap city.
Cleveland knew they hip hop, boy.
Man,
they was into their hip hop for real.
Yeah.
There was Philly and Cleveland.
Yep. Like they just had that, you know.
Yep.
I don't know if it's still like that. Shout out T Grizzly though. You know, I love him.
Yeah.
Yo, I was living in Ohio, so taking it back to music and our message. I was living in Ohio, and at the time down in Canton, and I was on, and I would listen to Akron, ZAK, and then Cleveland radio. And the one night I got off work, and my girlfriend at the time, she's like, "Hey, Chuck D's on the radio," and I like rushed home, and I'm like, "And you were doing an interview promoting music and our message."
I think that was the same time I did that roller skating rink in Kent, and I performed my song Skating Backwards.
Wow.
I skated backwards as they were skating towards me. I skated backwards doing all the joints with the DJ playing it and the roll. I said, you know what? I might not ever be in your top 5, but I don't know anybody in your top 5 could do this shit right here and turn around and rhyme. And they're like, nah, I ain't seen that. I said, well, I might not be top anything, but I'm gonna give you top shit you ain't seen.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure the people that saw that shit that day ain't seen nothing like it.
Yeah, they wish they had cell phones.
I know, right? Because here they skating towards me, and I'm doing Can't Trust It, and you know, I'm like, I'm doing joints, right? Rebel Without a Pause, backwards and spinning and shit, and they skating towards me.
Right.
Remember, I'm going backwards, so I'm looking directly at them on the turns and shit like that, and rhyming and seeing some cats try to keep up, they falling and shit like that. I'm like, all right, I said, y'all ain't seen this shit before.
Wow.
So, hip hop is always about coming up with something that's distinct and different to make somebody go, oh, damn, okay, yeah.
Yep. Wow.
We're still doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Recently, I did something like that. I did something like that to when COVID was just coming around, and I was telling everybody, said, go on outside and get your vitamin D, and I put on some skates. And me and my youngest daughter went out there and put on some skates, and then I did all my joints a cappella skating backwards. I said, well, you got to see, back in the day when we had Buster and Charlie Brown and Dinko running around a track doing verses. I said, they were running around the track doing verses. I said, all right, you really want to do your win, run around that track backwards and do them verses, man. But it all came out in the show when they was able to go on the show, and when they do that jump, and they jumping for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
They jumping for 30 minutes. The average cat is like, I mean, later on Cypress Hill was the dudes that seriously shocked me, because we performed with them, and they the first group I seen that made highs out of lows. They brought that bong out, and they had that Buddha, and they brought the whole spot down the line. Like, I mean, everybody was like, I mean, I said, man, they D-rocking a crowd.
Wow.
They not rocking, because you know when you rock it. But they D-rocking. They took all the air out of the spot intentionally, and then bringing everybody up layer by layer. Boom, boom, boom. So by the time they get up to hand on the pump, Killer Man, they done brought you all up and then threw you up in the air.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yep. That's
that snack bar was lit.
Yeah.
Say what?
I said I know that snack bar was lit at the Cypress Hill show.
No question. And you know what? Cypress Hill is the first group I seen that would go do the show and then all be at their own booth right after the show. In the middle of Smoke and Groove, so it's like they like in the middle of like the concession stand. I mean, just all them.
Yeah.
So, but and then of course you you got like they got lines of like 500, and they taking care of every single one right after the show. They was doing their own stand. So they lit, and they was probably giving suggestions, hits, and everything else going on with it. A Cypress Hill fan is a different animal, yo.
Yup. Different breed.
Different breed, man.
Yep. So, Dad, since we got you here and we don't have our special guest tonight, we'll flip this into something else. What do we got coming up on Friday, sir?
So Friday, we're releasing the second single off the Here We Go Again album. It's actually the title cut, Here We Go Again, where Wise just makes a mincemeat of 90% of the MCs on the planet. I don't know how he did it. I don't know where he was at when he wrote it.
Oh, I do. I totally do. I know what that whole thing was about.
Okay. All right. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy, produced by, my favorite producer, it's C-Doc again,
Yeah,
So,
but you guys
having C-Doc and STETSASONIC together, if anybody know like Doc style and our style, you probably in your head, if you know them both, you probably say, man, them guys need to get together. We're gonna release the single, we're gonna release the video. We'll put something up there for purchase for people on Bandcamp. And I guess we probably go first quarter with the album.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Probably go first quarter with the album. It's coming along well. Guys are happy. Paul's happy. We good.
Everybody was still talking about y'all down in Philly. I was just recently down in Philadelphia. Everybody was talking about when y'all was last there, and
we there next month. We on that Charlie Mack show next month.
Oh,
yeah, Charlie Mack is doing a mixtape show next month, so we on that.
Is that the one Kane on that too?
I think Kane. It's a bunch of us on.
Yeah. I think
because we all we're not doing full sets. We're just doing songs.
That's what makes it dope.
Yeah, so that's
like we're gonna go back to the Motortown Review.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it's cool. Prince Paul will be there. People.
I'm gonna try to get out there.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
But on Friday,
I mean, we. What you say?
On Friday, also, what happens?
I don't know, Mom. What happens, Mom?
Video.
Oh yeah, he said that.
I said that. See, okay. I said it.
See.
Do we want to give the sneak peek, Dad?
Oh yeah, I don't mind. I mean, shoot, we could play the video. I mean, it's C-Doc, so we could do that.
Let me put on my glass for this one.
All right.
Shit.
Oh, please do.
All right. So sneak peek. Here we go. STETSASONIC. Here we go again.
I'll meet y'all at the gig. I know Bobby not on the call because he taking the train, so I'll see y'all there.
Give it up for the original hip-hop band, STETSASONIC.
C-Doc again. STETSASONIC. Here we go again. Unique, got ebb and flow, Nile River. Old school like Melly Mel. I'm from a band of dues paid and honor owed. Try test suite, you get a bloody nose. Dance floor pack,
everybody came. Oceanside, the Pembroke Pines, to Fort Wayne. We at it again, the band played on. Bobby Simmons on the drums, so the kick's strong. New era, but I ain't talking snapbacks. The lines around the corner, you would think that cracks back. I told the light, yo man, you really picked a banger. We bout to fly, so we probably gonna need a hanger. Pretty women came too with they pretty fits. STETSASONIC like the youngins say the party's lit. We really do this, and while you at it, tell a friend. Beginning to the end. STETSASONIC, here we go again. Start the flow again to let you know again. Coming back to take out any foe again. Bobby pulled the light, me and Daddy O again. Combinating so you all see another show again. Yo again, you're reaping what you're gonna sow again. So forget about the job, cause you're gonna blow again. If you wanna come for seconds, then we gonna throw again. Oh again, tag a toe again, another John Doe again. 6 feet under, an all-time low again. Status quo, cause your career won't go again. You can rewind and play the song in slow-mo again. I'ma remind, it's STETSASONIC, here we go again.
Move, that's what we do. Snatching them elements, causing deja vu. Said Jay-Z, raps about discovery. So my rhyme gun is cocked to rewrite our scenery. Or would it be a different type of mastery to captivate and procreate another symphony? We dig in to dig out, to create a new lane. Like fine wine with design, your taste buds have been changed. They say experience for show. The best teacher, I pray and pray, hey man, that I can reach her. Either spare the rider like a panic, gotta beat ya. It's all love and life, but with stress, now that'll eat ya. So let's go, let it go, let's party some more. To all my ladies and OGs, time to hit the floor. The fast cars, the big money, plus a set encore. You know what goes around comes around.
Salute y'all. This is the first ever hip-hop band in the history of hip-hop that represented Brooklyn, New York. You want to know why anywhere you go, anywhere in the world, Brooklyn is in the house? It's because of these young men right here. Brooklyn, make some noise for Daddy O, D-Light, Wise, Bobby Simmons, the drummer. Make some noise for STETSASONIC in here right now.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm in tears. I am in tears. I'm crying, man.
Dope.
Here we go again, man. Let's go, man.
Yo, man, seriously, man. I'm number one. I've been a STETSASONIC groupie since 1985. I have my card. It's just it's two other groups I'm a groupie of. Houdini, God rest Ecstasy.
Yes.
And then also Cypress Hill. STETSASONIC, man. I mean, yo, man. I'm a groupie. That's the greatest thing I've seen, man. I love it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I love it.
These guys they make me so proud, man. They make me so proud. Because I mean, you know, I think I'll be rhyming for the rest of my life. Like, that's just me, right? But when they come together as STETSASONIC, it's like they know what they gotta deliver. You know what I mean? And so, like me, I just want to, with records like that, I just want to get out the way. So I do what I do and I get out the way. And then Wise max them, and then the light clean up backup, man. It's just like a backup. It's like a backup. By the time the light come on, it's curtains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
why smack the taste out of somebody's mouth with that one?
With a shovel and all that. Like,
yeah.
Like Wise actually had a shovel talking about 6 feet under. Like, whoa. Because that was always the nice one, right, Chuck? Wise was always the nice guy.
Yep.
Hey, it's so inspiring, and knowing that there's 200 countries in the world, and knowing that there's 100 of them that just want to be able to get a slice of that. That you just put on this is one today people listen with their eyes.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to listen to sounds the way that we listen to in our century. But in this century, when they see something like that and the sound of course kicks in, it makes them want to be there and have it close to them. And that's how that's going to work, man. It's like visuals for everything, and you epitomize the sound and the sight and the story and the style.
Yep.
We're
working at it, man.
And before we say anything else, Bobby Simmons. We need to give a little shout out to Bobby Simmons and say
Of
that
course.
he's doing all right.
That was good. He's healing up. He wants to come to Philadelphia. I'm telling him don't.
Yeah.
It's a DJ show. It's like it's that type of DJ show anyway, so it'll be just kind of dope with Paul and MCs. And just do it and just tell them to rest up, because we got probably a ton of stuff coming up in 2023. So
yeah, most likely, yeah. With that and other visuals.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people would be like, okay, the visuals, but where could we see it? And there's so many platforms exploding right now.
Right.
And and hip hop. Listen, hip hop 50 is 350 days and less away, and y'all are slaloming right into it.
Yeah,
y'all are going head first right into it the way it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I mean, we trying, man. I'm like I said, I'm real happy with the way the album is going because, for a minute the guys didn't really want to do it. Like we toyed around with the idea, but they didn't really want to do it. What made them want to do it was I was in New York and we were getting ready to do that show in the Netherlands. And while I was in New York, Doc, I call Ebro. I get up on High 97. I'm doing a video with Smith and Wesson, and they looking at me like, "Yo, Daddy, are really serious about this shit?" like, yeah. Then when I come back, before I leave, I tell Delight, come with me again. Then I did another video with R.A. the Rugged Man. I put Delight, Delight's in the video with us.
Yep.
Yeah. And on top of that, what happened was when we were rehearsing, I never forget when I had the song for the first, when I had the music from Kevin Dean for the first single for that Now We Giving Up Love. When I first heard the record, I told Kevin Dean, I'm never gonna listen to this again because this is a Stet record. And if I listen to it again, I'm gonna use it for me. So I'm just gonna put it away. And I swear I did. I never listened to it again. And then when I saw the guys, I said, I'm glad we together. I got something to play for y'all. And I played the beat and they said, yo, this is crazy. I said, y'all want to test it? They said, yeah. So we opened to it with the lyrics to No BS Allowed in the Netherlands.
Oh,
crazy. Bam, bam, bam. Rappers are a dime a dozen. Some of them, it was crazy. And we always come out one by one. It was dope. And so I said, I told you that beat. And they was like, all right, D, let's write the record. And that's how I got yeah. And
wow.
Then, so they've been gung-ho ever since. So it's good. I mean, it's going to be a good ride. I think it's going to be a real good ride. And Delight already got the ideas for the next 2 albums. Because he's basically
the next 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, Delight is basically A&R on the record. Like he picked Here We Go Again. I picked Love. That's the only record I picked. I picked Love, but a bunch of the records that we doing on the album, like we remade the Gamble and Huff message to our music. Like remade it for us, and then Bobby, like it's kind of Bobby and Doc, because Doc kind of made the record, and then Bobby goes in with the band and they play on top. Message in our music is sick. Like it's crazy. Like what I mean?
Yo, bro, like I think I said it before. I sent you the beat,
right?
I just sent you the beat, and it had some change ups and shit, and I was like, okay. And then, you, like, what, 3-4 months later, you sent it back to me. I forgot I did the record because you guys, like, freaked it. So I was like, yo, this shit is amazing. Crazy. And then you're like, yo, it's C-Doc again. I'm like, wait, I did this?
Right.
I don't remember. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I did do that.
That's a good record. So we got some, I think we got some bangers. I definitely think we got some bangers. We got the kid that did Country Grammar for Nelly. We did our interpolation of Hanging on a String.
Wow. Loose ends?
Yeah, Loose Ends. It's hard. It's hard because that kid is a dope producer. It's hard. And then the Light found some dude with this Stet Dreams record. I don't know where he found that producer. That dude fire. that guy is fire. I'm like, what? So D been doing a good job. He just kind of been picking it. We got a couple of more joints to write. I just talked to Diamond D. He's trying to figure out what to give us. Pete Rock said he got something for us. He just said he's on a big project right now. He said he got something, and then we'll see how the rest of it go. But we almost done.
Yeah, man.
Almost.
Yeah, man.
We're real close.
It's great. I'm excited. Next year, we got some other stuff that we got to talk about.
Yes,
too.
Absolutely.
But yeah, well, so the show wasn't exactly as planned, but it was still a great episode.
I think Devin got into the Doobie ashtray and forgot he had an interview or something.
It's always fun, though. It's always fun.
Yep.
Yo, when Doobie Ashtray came on, you should have seen us, man. You should have seen us in the crowd, man.
He ripped it, huh?
We was going crazy. We ripped it more than him. He didn't even have to rap. Yo, but Devin rap. He rap like Devin rap. He a rap rapper. He not like a whack rapper. Like he rap. He do his words. He don't hold the mic out there for the audience to do the words. He don't do none of that. He gets up there and puts it down.
Yeah, he gives a good live show.
He gives a great live show. He even his spacing on stage is perfect. Ain't ain't no crowded, nothing going on. You know what I mean? It was fun. We had a ball. It was so funny, right? I'm with this guy I know. His name is Ho Tester. Professor Ho Tester.
Oh, wow.
He
Really?
got the pimp cup and everything. But anyway, he a rapper though. He dope though. He a dope rapper, but I told him what he need to do to flip it. But anyway, I'm sitting there with him. He got the Fonto leaf. He rolled a big ass spliff. I'm like, yo, man, we can't smoke in here. He said, Daddy, yo, shut up, man. This is a Devin show. Because when we came in, right, it was kind of packed. This club is nice. They got an outside, and the guy got on the mic and said, listen, but this is way early in the show. He said, listen, don't smoke in here. If y'all want to smoke, just step outside and smoke. But don't smoke in the club. So when dude was gone, I was like, yo, the guy said don't smoke in the club. He's like, Daddy, this is a Devin show.
He knew who he booked.
Yeah, he knew who he booked. It was lit up.
Yeah.
They couldn't say nothing.
Yeah. What are you gonna say? But well, anyway, we got to premiere the video. Thank you, gents. Thank
Chuck,
you for
call
coming
you.
through.
Yes,
Both
sir.
of y'all. I got to call.
Chuck.
So Chuck and Five, we got to talk about that thing. And Chuck, I'm going to call you.
Yes, sir.
And Doc, you said we got,
Yeah, yep.
And
We'll be
and we're never
talking
speaking again, right?
No, we got to talk about national.
No, we're not talking about anything. No, I don't have anything to say.
What? You was the one that said you never liked the group. That was you. That wasn't me. That was you. That wasn't me. I never said, oh, those people that used to work at K-Day, I don't like those people.
Here, I'll put you all side by side.
No, that's all right. I don't.
Telling you.
I don't want to know nothing about you.
Oh shit! I almost forgot. All right, this episode is brought to you, as always, by the Spit Slam record label group.
Yeah.
And we put out all the hits that miss. Or no, wait, that's okay. But here's our commercial.
What the hell?
The Spit Slam Record Label Group, a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spit Slam Record Label Group. Throwback to the future sound.
You
Yeah.
should just play that. You didn't have to say what you said. Just play that.
Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, boy. But anyway.
You like mad feisty today.
Who?
Yo, Chuck, we got something. Me and Doc got something for you to hear. This group from Minneapolis, man.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, that's just crazy. Yeah.
Yo, when you hear this shit, you're gonna be bugging, man.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yep. So, got some things. Got some
We got some
things. coming up.
things.
Got some things.
Yep. Oh, yes. Jennifer.
Also, happy birthday to Wise.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy
to
birthday,
Happy
Wise.
birthday to the wise one.
Happy
Yep.
birthday, KRS-One.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, Karis.
Related.
Yep.
Happy birthday to my son Rashad.
Oh
Happy
yeah,
birthday.
Rashad.
Yep.
2 days
Well,
from now, Terminator X. 25th.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to TX.
Charlie's birthday is on the 25th. I have to tell her Terminator X shares the same birthday.
Oh,
There you go.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Charlie. Coming up.
Nobody, though, had nearly as important a birthday as my mother.
Oh, and let me send a shout out and a happy anniversary to my wife. Me and my wife's about to celebrate our 25th
Aw.
wedding anniversary.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh,
Congrats. man.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
And tell your sister-in-law I said what's up. One of our early promoters, Princess.
Yeah,
I said what's up.
will do.
Granddaddy IU's birthday is today.
Oh, that's one of my Granddaddy IU is dope. And
Used
that
to be
was
my
one of-
nemesis.
He was
Really?
your nemesis? Really?
Yeah, when I met IU, I said I hate you. He said why? I said because only me was supposed to rap on them slow beats like that. I couldn't even understand how he did that. I was like, yo, for real? I looked at Tyrone. I'm like, but nobody. I just because that's how I learned. I learned from the guys that taught me, the Stetson brothers. When they taught me Barry. Most people don't know Barry White 45s. Most of them are instrumental on the other side.
Really? Oh, right. So Love Unlimited.
So
stuff,
I
right.
used to take "I'm Gonna Love You a Little Bit More" with a yellow disc. Go to parties, tell the DJ to put it on 33 and move away from the turntables. Yep, one of those. Yep.
One of those.
There we go.
Yep. Tell the DJ move away from the turntable. So it used to be like, boo, 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 boo. And I would tear that shit down. I would tear it down. You know what I mean? Then I heard
That's
IU, and the production was dope.
Yeah.
I
First
like
time-
IU though. This is my man.
Yeah.
We
First
spent
time I
a
got
lot of time
to.
together when I used to be in Brooklyn. He used to come to the studio all the time.
Well, so
That's
wish him a
dope.
happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Granddaddy
Happy birthday,
IU. First,
Granddaddy IU.
first collab I did with Black Medine. He was the guest on it.
Oh,
So,
dope.
Yeah. Yep. That was a really dope joint. And then also, Chuck, you told that great story about Granddaddy IU winning the
Yeah,
contest.
he winning the contest in Hempstead.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we
And
couldn't
then-
announce it over the radio because he got I heard he got lewd with the audience.
That's another dude I be pressing a little bit about rapping now. You know what I mean? I know. He's doing a little bit of stuff, but he needs to be doing more stuff because he got it. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Some people just got it, and you can't do nothing with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys heard about a couple of months ago. G-Rap put out a record with Alchemist. What's the name of this record? This record is so good. It's sickening good. And then you could tell everybody father. All these little dudes that's trying to do that, he they pops.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yup.
we just need to rap, man.
Yeah.
Cats gonna be rapping, man.
Yeah, cats
That's it.
cats want to get it out, man.
Yeah.
Cats want to get it out between 40 and 70, man. It's like they full of a book of rhymes all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. Jennifer, who we got on the show next week?
Well, I hope everybody's sitting down because apparently next week we have nothing other than Cool Keith.
Whoa.
And G, better known as
MC Ultra.
Ultramagnetic.
Yeah.
I talked to Keith today.
I hope they show up.
I talked to Keith today.
Right?
I'm gonna talk to him again. I'll stay in his ear about it.
Okay, thank you. That's what's up.
Keith for cool. Yo, Cool Keith. You know, we're supposed to be hanging up, but Cool Keith, my Cool Keith story, right?
Yeah.
I never
don't
forget.
know that we're gonna-
We went overseas, right? We was in London, and we was there. Ultramag was there. A few other groups. I don't know. I don't even remember why we was out there. But every radio station Cool Keith used to go to, he said, "I'm the best MC in the world." Right? Every radio station, I'm the best MC in the world. Now we didn't pay it any mind. We just like, that's Keith being Keith. Whatever. We doing our interviews the way we do it. We went back to London a year later. We asked fans, who's the best MC? They all said Cool Keith. Now that if that ain't manifesting, nothing is. Keith is ill, yo. He's an ill dude. But you gotta admit, he all them dudes' father. Tyler the Creator, Girl Sweatshirt. What's the little boy? That the Haitian boy that rhymes with Alchemist, Doom.
MF Doom.
He's all their fathers. Keith was on. Yo, you know what they used to be running around my neighborhood saying? Yo, this nigga said I'll dip your brain in lotion. Yo, that was the thing in Brooklyn. They was like, Cool Keith. Yo, he said I'll dip your brain in lotion.
Yep.
Yeah. He does things. He does things I don't dare to do. So God bless him.
Yep.
I can't do it.
So true. So yeah, join us next week. Ultramag in the house.
Yes.
Thanks to everybody. Thank you, Chuck T, Daddy O. Yeah, we home. Big Kaz. Appreciate you guys coming through, holding the show down tonight. Hopefully, we'll find out what's up with Devin the Dude, and hopefully we'll get him to come back and show up. So, you know, we'll see another time.
STETSASONIC Friday.
STETSASONIC new maxi single Friday, chock full of remixes and goodies.
Yep.
Acapella for all the producers and DJs want to chop it up. Yep. Cop it. So thanks, y'all, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
It's C-Doc again.